Hello, magandang araw. Ngayon, ang lesson natin is regarding Laplace transform using calculator technique. Pero before tayo mag-start, pakita ko muna sa inyo kung yung general formula ng Laplace transform. So f of s, the Laplace transform or Laplace ng f of t is equal to integral ng f of t times e raised to negative st with respect to t from 0 to infinity. So, itong formula na to ng Laplace transform, ito yung gagamitin natin. So, in solving a Laplace transform, we assume or we use the value of infinity where infinity na gagamitin natin is usually sineset ko siya sa 5. Actually, ito naman is any number, any real number. Pero mas mataas or mas malaki yung ilalagay mo dito, mas matatagalan yung calculator mo na isolve mas matatagalan yung calculator mo na isolve yung Laplace transform niya. So 5 is just okay. Tapos yung s naman, any number din siya, wag lang mag-zero yung denominator. For example, s all over s plus 4 tapos s minus 4. Wag lang mag-zero ito. Wag lang mag-zero yung denominator kasi does not exist. Mag-e-error yung integral mo pagka pinerform mo na yung integration. So, any. Pero usually, ang nilalagay ko dito is 4. So, 5 as the upper limit and for the s is 4. So, let's try. Example number 1 for the Laplace transform. The Laplace transform of cosine Wt. So, from the general formula, f of s is equal to integral ng 0 to infinity ng cosine Wt times e raised to negative st dt. Yan yung gagamitin ko wherein infinity is equal to 5. Then s is equal to 4. So una, i-evaluate natin to using calculator. By the way, I'm still using Casio FX570 ES Plus. So, integral ng cosine, and by the way, w any number, let's say 2. Then t, since walang t sa calculator, we will use x as t. So cosine 2x times e raised to negative st, which is 4 yung s, x. At lower limit 0, upper limit 5. Then shift store to a. So yung Laplace transform is medyo may katagalan din siyang mag-solve. Kaya nga sinabi ko kanina dito sa infinity, kung mas mataas, mas accurate yung makukuha, or mas accurate yung makukuha mong answer, pero mas matagal siyang mag-solve, lalo na pagka trigonometric function, mas lalo pa kung hyperbolic function. So may A ka na. Sunod at choices, substitute, assume values. In here, we let w is equal to 2. Then s is equal to 4. Ano pang in-assume natin? So yan, i-assume natin lahat ng ito dito sa mga choices. Tapos after natin i-assume, evaluate choice at assume val all over. Ito store natin sa A to A. If it is equal to approx to 1, or kung makikita nyo yung answer na ganito, 0.9999993 or something dito, or 1.00000, tapos may number dito, yun yung tamang sagot. So let's try. Pasensya na, may nag-text, MOH. So choice A, S is equal to 4 all over 4 square plus 2 square divided by A. Okay. Let's see pa yung iba. Two 0.5 yung sunod na choice, 2 dito, dun pala C 1.66, at saka yung isa 3. So A is the correct answer kasi it's equal to 0.999 something. So madali lang. Madali lang yung unang example. So, next example. 'Di ba? Sabi ko sa inyo, madali lang yung unang example. Number 2. Find the Laplace transform of negative 3 halves e raised to negative 3t plus 5 halves e raised to negative 5t. So, i-integrate natin to. Integrate negative 3 halves e raised to negative 3t plus 5 halves e raised to negative 5t times e raised to negative s, which is equal to 4 t with respect to t from 0 to 5. So, store mo siya sa A. So, integral ng negative 3 halves e raised to negative 3x plus 5 halves e raised to negative 5x times e raised to negative 4x. In-assume natin yung 4 at 0 as lower limit and upper limit as 5, then store siya sa A. Since medyo nga talaga matagal yung kakalculate ng calculator para sa integral nito, advice ko is pwede kayong mag-skip na ng question habang iniintay or basahin nyo yung next question para magamit nyo pa rin yung oras na naghihintay sa answer. Para pagka nakuha nyo na yung answer, pagkadating nyo sa next question, mag-answer na lang din kayo. So, hinihintay pa rin natin yung value na makukuha dito na in-store natin sa A. So, 4 all over 63. Tingnan natin, evaluate natin yung mga choices. S, which is 4 all over 4 plus 3 times 4 plus 5 divided by E alpha A 1. So it is the answer. Number 3. Find the Laplace transform of 1 all over A square times 1 minus cosine AT. So, again, we need to integrate this. Integral ng 1 all over A square times 1 minus cosine AT times e raised to negative 4, which is yung s t dt at 0 lower, 5 upper, and again store siya sa letter A. Integral ng 1 all over, by the way, yung A mag-assign tayo ng value which is Yung a na maliit dito, assume natin as 3. So 1 all over 3 square all of times cosine ay 1 minus cosine 3x kasi a yun 3, tapos linet natin 3 yung a, times e raised to negative 4 which is yung value ng s, zero, lower, upper, 5, store mo siya sa a. Isa pang technique dito sa board exam, usually pagka nakakita ka ng Laplace transform, ang letter A halos karamihan ang tamang sagot. Pero let's see if this question is letter A. Kasi dalawang question na tayo puro A. Pero kadalasan lang din basta Laplace A. Ewan ko ba kung bakit ganun yung nilalagay ng PRC. So, at choices, evaluate natin yung choices. S is 4 times 4 times 4 square plus A is 3 square divided by A equals 4 point something. So A is not the answer. Let's go to B. A is 3 times A times A 3. S is 4 square 3 square. 4 point something pa rin. So hindi ito ang answer. B is not the answer. Let's go to C. 1 all over S is 4 times 4 square plus 3 square divided by A 1.0001. So C is the correct answer. So ayan yung Laplace transform. Madali lang siya basta madali lang siya talaga kaysa dun sa manual na pagsosolve. Kasi kailangan mong alamin yung mga Laplace transform table. Lahat dun makikita mo yung which is isa-isa mo siyang i-memorize. Why not to use your calculator technique to solve it? Ganun lang din naman kadali ang pagsosolve ng Laplace transform. Basta tip lang is practice makes us perfect. So ngayon naman natin inverse Laplace naman, kabaliktaran ng Laplace transform. So first example, determine the inverse Laplace transform of 1 all over 4s square minus 8s. So babaliktarin lang din natin yung way ng pagsosolve doon sa sa Laplace transform. So dito mag-assume tayo ng value ng s which is equal to 4. Then substitute 1 all over 4 times 4 square minus 8 times 4. Then store mo siya sa A. So 1 all over 4x square minus 8 x calc x is 4, 1 all over 32, store to A. Then at choices, kailangan mo lang i-integral sila at choices, integral choice times e raised to negative st dt, 0 pa rin, tas 5 yung upper limit. Tandaan natin, ang inassume natin dito is 4, so gagamitin pa rin natin yung 4. Integral ng choice A, 1/4 ng e raised to t times hyperbolic sign ng t. Times e raised to negative 4 x 0 then 5. Store natin siya sa A. So maghintay lang tayo, tapos ayun na nga, basa-basa basahin mo muna yung ibang questions para after mo mahintay, magsasagot ka na lang sa susunod na question. Or yun na nga, so may value na tayo ng A. Ay teka, in-store natin sa A yung kanina, so store pala natin to sa B. Pero alam naman natin ito na 1 all over 32. So tamang hintay lang. So ayan. Tapos kunin ko lang ulit to. Store to A. Tapos evaluate natin. Evaluate A all over B. If it is closely equal to 1. So alpha A all over alpha B equals 1 point something, which is close to 1. So this is the answer. Okay, next. Find the inverse Laplace transform of 2s minus 18 all over s square plus 9 as a function of x. So again, evaluate natin ito at s is equal to 4 pa rin. And store mo siya sa A. So 2x minus 18 all over x square plus 9. Calc store to A. Tapos at choices, we need to integrate. So integrate choice. Let's see a 2 cosine x minus sine 3x times e raised to negative s or st d ay x pa rin to dx kasi function of x from 0 to 5. Then store mo siya sa b. So integrate ng 2 cosine x minus sine ng 3x times e raised to negative 4x 0 lower limit, upper limit 5, store mo siya p. So tamang hintay lang din. Ayun na nga, dapat basa-basahin pa rin yung sunod na question habang naghihintay sa answer. Kasi medyo matagal mag-solve ang Laplace. So may nakuha na tayo. Then, evaluate alpha A all over alpha B if it is approximately equal to 1. Negative 1 point. So, hindi siya ang tamang sagot. Let's go to B. Two cosine 3x minus 6 sine 3x. So, ganun pa rin, paalala na naman, pagka nakakita kayo ng Laplace transform or inverse Laplace transform, matagal talaga mag-solve ang calculator. So, advice ko is, basahin nyo na yung sunod na question para may ginagawa pa rin kayo, para hindi pa rin sayang yung oras nyo naghihintay dito sa sagot na ilalabas ng calculator. Para hindi sayang yung yung oras niyo sa paghihintay. So let's evaluate alpha A all over alpha B 1.002, which is the correct answer. And now the last problem for Laplace series. We need to get the inverse Laplace ng 200 all over s squared plus 2. Negative inverse Laplace of 200 all over s squared plus 50s plus 10,625. So, gaya pa rin ng dati. Assume s is equal to 4. Then, store mo siya sa A. $200 all over x squared plus 50 x plus 10625 calc for store to a. Then at choices, integral ng 2e negative 25t sine 100t times e raised to negative st dt. 0 lower, 5 upper. And store mo siya sa B. So, let's do integral ng 2 times e raised to negative 25 sine 100 x times e raised to negative 4x. 0 lower limit, upper limit 5, and store sa B. Sa panahong ito, kailangan nating maghintay. Waiting is the key. Pero while waiting, yun na nga, paulit-ulit kong sinasabi na mag-jump ka dun sa sunod na question para pagka nakuha mo na yung answer, dun sa next question is answer na lang ang tupagin mo, or kung may kailangan pang i-simplify, is-simplify mo lang na lang din. At least nabasa mo na yung question, second reading mo na yung pagka nakakuha mo na yung answer mo dito. Then parating tandaan yung general formula ng Laplace, which is this: integral ng f of t times e raised to negative st dt, tapos with the lower limit 0 and upper limit of 8. Ito yung pinakagamit sa lahat ng Laplace problem. Tapos mag-assign ka lang ng value ng infinity, mas malaki, mas accurate ang makukuha mong answer, pero mas matagal naman ang pagsosolve ng calculator mo. Make sure lang yung kasi make sure na wag lang mag-0. Pagka sinubstitute mo, wag lang mag-0 dun sa denominator para hindi ka what do you call this? Undefined. Para hindi maging undefined or mag-error yung calculator mo naman para na mag-solve. So, yun lang. More on assuming. Asumero kasi tayo. Asumero. So, ayun na nga. May answer na. 200 all over 10. So, alpha A all over alpha B is equal to 1. So, the answer is A. Tanan! Okay na. So, ito yung Laplace series. Again, inuulit ko na naman. Kailangan na lang natin i-memorize itong formulang to. Tapos mag-assume ng values ng infinity at saka s. Kung dun sa given is may variables tulad nito, if yung sa given is may variables tulad nito a or w, or yung w, mag-assign ka lang din ng values nila, then i-substitute mo lang din dun sa choices. Ganun lang din, mag-assume, mag-assign, then kailangan mo lang i-memorize yung general equation ng Laplace. Yun lang ang tips ko para sa Laplace transform and inverse Laplace transform.